Thank you so much. So now I was talking about source control management. So what is a source control management? Source control management is a version control system which actually takes care of your project files. As I was telling you that the ecosystem of the software development is built around code. How well we are taking care of this code is very important for any kind of a project to run smoothly. So I was just giving you an example. We are 6 people in this training right now, and each and every person writing a file per day. So day one I have 6 files. On day two, how many files I'll have? Anyone? Every day I'm writing new file. I have 16, a team of 6 people. So on day two, how many files do I have?
12.
Huh?
12 files.
12 files, right? Guys, it's simple max. On day three, I'll have 18 files. Okay. Day four, my project manager came to us. Our technical architect had a plan and he came to us and asked us, hey guys, you worked enough on the new files. We have found out that on day one files, we have some glitches to work on. So I want our team to work on day one files. So what we do is, on day four, we work on day one files. That would be a revision of day one files. You call it as version. So version 1 of day one files. Is this clear? Is this clear, everyone?
Yes.
Shri Krishnakant, Karthik, Rajkumar Solomon, and Uday. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So on day 5, again, we had a team meeting and our boss said that, hey guys, please work on the day 1 files again. Some other glitch has come. So what I'll have is I'll create version 2 of day 1 files. Okay, so I have different revisions of the files, same files, but on different days, right? So how do I keep track of them? In the previous days, what we used to do is we used to create folders. Okay, so we used to create folder with the timestamps. What is a timestamp? Timestamp, date stamp means full version of the date and time, today's date with seconds, today's date with month, year, like this. So for example, my date stamp would be like 22 08 2017. My timestamp would be, now my time is 9:25 and some 30 seconds. So we used to create folder like this for our understanding, so that it is very easy for us to track. So what did I do on 22nd August? I was easily able to track my folder. So we used to create folders with timestamps so that it is easy for me. Okay, but what happened was my technical architect came to us again. Why is he coming to us again and again? Because he is the one who is leading the team here. Okay, who is leading the dev team here. Okay, he said, hey guys, give me the latest copy of the files. What files would I give? What files would I give? He asks me to give the latest files so that he can build the files. What files would I give? What happened, So we were really confused. On a particular day, we edited only some files. Okay. Somewhere latest on 22nd August, somewhere latest on 20th August, somewhere latest on 15th August. Where do I have all the files which are latest at one place? Even if I created folders, I was not properly able to track my revisions, which was a very hectic task for a team. So as developers, you're supposed to write code, not track these changes and all that, right? For the same reason, people have started to use something called as a version control system. What does a version control system give you? It gives you two things. It can be called as a version control system or a source control management. Both are same name for this module. Okay. So what does a version control system give me? Version control system gives me two things. First one is it keeps track of the project files. Second one is it allows the team to collaborate. What do I mean by collaboration? I'm going to talk about collaboration now. So as a team, what we do is we work on a single project. Agreed, all of you? So if I'm writing some files, if I am keeping these files with me, does it make sense? So Raj is writing some files, Solomon is writing some files, Karthik, everybody is writing a set of files for the project. What do you do with these files? Do you keep them on your machine? Does it make sense? We are not keeping them on the machine. We are trying to integrate all the files at one place. As a team, we have to work on single project and at one place. That is what AVCS is giving me. All of us in the team, we are going to work on the same version control system, same repository. Repository is a place where you store files. Okay, so consider it as a folder. Okay, consider it as a folder, and all of us will work on the same repository. Am I clear till here? So these are the two things that my version control system is giving me. It can track changes and it can track perfectly all the team's changes at one place, and all the team members can collaborate with each other at one place, which is very important, right? Rather keeping the files to me, I will always make sure that I'll integrate the changes with the team. That is teamwork, right? So that is the opportunity that the version control system is giving me. Am I clear, guys? Everyone? Please respond in the chat, please. Krishnakant, are you clear? Karthik, Raj,
Yes.
Solomon, Uday, are you clear?
Yes.
So you're able to understand with the speed that I'm actually going, or you want to be a little bit slow? You want me to be a little bit slow, guys? It's okay, great, nice. Raj says yes, Krishnakant said yes, Uday said yes, Karthik, Solomon, you didn't respond.
Yes.
Okay,
Not an issue. Yeah.
okay. So because this is the basic understanding of each and every module, and each and every module has tools. So for you to understand the tools and how they are used, you have to understand the modules first. Okay. So first, okay, now we are actually having a basic idea of what a version control system is. We are actually storing all the project files at one place, right? So what are we doing with these files? For example, I am writing some Android app. Okay, I'm writing some coding. I'll code it in Java, XML, and all that. Suppose I'm writing some game like a Subway Surfer. Are you seeing the game or the code? What are you seeing? What are you seeing? Is it the game that you're seeing or the code that you're seeing on your mobile?
The game.
It's the game that you're seeing, right? That means that the code is actually um, converted into an executable format. So converting your code into an executable format is called as a build. Whenever your code is actually ready, you build the code. Simply, why do you build the code? To generate an executable. Am I clear? Okay, so what do I do in a build? I'll tell you. Okay.
Jyoti,
Yeah, go ahead.
but we don't have executable files in Linux, right?
What do you mean by I have, right? Who is actually, I'm not talking about executables in Linux. I'm talking about a project scenario. This is a normal explanation that I'm
It's
taking.
a general based.
General, yes. And in Linux, all the bin files are your executables, right? All the bin files are your executables, right? If you remember, user bin, user s bin, user local bin, all the files which are there in this file system are all executables,
Okay.
right? All the commands you are running on the Linux machine are all executables. They don't have exe, but they are executable format of some file, a shell scripting file. I'll explain that later. But for now, you have to understand that any kind of a code that you're writing has to be executed and has to be in a format which can be run. Is that clear? So now, when I have code, Okay, what I do is, for example, I have some 300 files. This is my teamwork. Okay, so my teamwork I'm executing or I'm taking it for build. Okay, what I have to do here is I have to watch my build. What is watching a build? So during the process of execution, I can get some warnings. I can get some errors, right? Unless until I watch my build properly, I'm not able to keep track of my bugs. I cannot do debugging. Agreed, guys? So for example, my 300 files would take around 6 hours of time. Okay, 6 hours of time they'll take. People in the build and release were usually the people who are actually having crucial time in the project. They spend a lot of time during the build to understand the stability of the build. Okay, so for example, if the build starts at evening 6 o'clock, night till night 12 o'clock, they had to stay in the office, and at 12 o'clock, if they get some errors, they have to inform the dev team. If it is a crucial thing for the project to be delivered on that day, the dev team has to respond on the same day itself, right? Correct. So people actually were doing this manually. Okay, so whenever I'm building, what happens is my code is tested, built, and deployed. All the three a build tool can do. All these three a build tool can do. Okay, you can integrate testing inside a build tool. You can deploy, means when your code is ready, you can take it to production. That means that you don't have to actually wait for anyone. You can directly deploy your code to production so that your client can see. Deploying is something like a release. Okay, suppose you are having a website launch. Okay, you have written some HTML pages. If your HTML pages are ready, you will install it on some Tomcat server so that your client will be able to see. That is deployment. Am I clear? So what is build tool missing here? It is missing two things. One is second one is notifications. These are the two things my build tool is missing. So for example, my build was to start at the night 11 o'clock. So my build and release manager or my build team had to stay till 12 o'clock in the night in the office to start the build. There was nothing like a build being triggered automatically. It wasn't there. Okay. And second was notifications. Notifications were always helpful. In what way? For example, when I'm away from the build, some warnings are there, some errors are there. If there was something that could note all these and email me or message me, okay, it is very easy for me, right? Correct or not? So these were the two things that were missing in my build tool. Am I clear till here, guys?
What is a trigger build? Could you please explain again?
Triggering a build, automatically starting a build. It will not have manual intervention. So I will not be there, but at some point of time at 12 p.m., 12 a.m. in the night, my build will be triggered automatically. Okay. So unless until somebody is there, my build is not starting. So my build tool is perfect, but it is not giving me the things that I need. So I go to something called as continuous integration. What is continuous integration? Continuous integration is a automated process of this build. Please understand that. Okay. So it gives me two things. It allows me to trigger a build. So for example, I'll just set up something called as a poll SCM. Just give me a second. I'm just going to show you. I want to show you 190, 198, 192. It's gone, huh? Okay, no problem. I wanted to show you, but it's okay. So I can set up something called as a pole SCM inside my continuous integration tool. Okay, what it does is at that time, for example, 6 a.m. in the morning, I can just take the code from the version control and do a build and do whatever I want. After the build, okay, so when the build is complete, I will get an email saying that, hey Sailaja, the build is complete and you have this result. If it is positive, it will say success. If it is negative, it will say failure, and it will give me the file that is responsible for the build. Okay, so here continuous integration is a process where each and every integration is tested, built and deployed continuously. It is a continuous process. Am I clear till here? So I don't have to worry. For example, I have 6-member team, right? Everybody is writing a file. Okay, at the end of the day, 4 p.m. in the evening, all the integrations are tested automatically, built automatically, and the result is generated automatically. If the result was not generated, if there is some error, they will send us an email. Jenkins will send us an email saying that, hey Sailaja, your builder has been a failure because of this team member's file. Am I clear? Am I clear? So
So
this
basically, build and continuous integration, like build is manually done, and this is like a continuous process which is not manual, and you get emails and stuff from the continuous integration Jenkins part, right?
correct, correct. So you don't have to do it manually. It is an automated process. Whenever there is a change in the repository, actually you connect your tools with your repository because you have to do a build, right? So whenever Jenkins sees a change in the repository, it takes that change, builds for me, and then generates results for me, and then sends me notification. So what am I free of? I'm free of waiting in the office till 12 o'clock in the night to start a build. 6 a.m. in the morning, I don't have to worry. I don't have to rush to office to start a build. It will start automatically and I don't even have to worry. It will send me email, it can send me instant messages on my WhatsApp and Slack and lots of other things. Am I clear, guys? Continuous integration. Krishnakant, clear? Karthik, Rajkumar, Sulman, Uday. Any
Yes.
concerns? Any
No.
concerns? Okay. So now next one is I'm going to talk about continuous deployment. So for now, for your understanding, it is a continuous integration process plus deployment happening automatically. Okay, so I am just generating a result till here. So continuous integration, where does it stop? I'll tell you. Dev, test, build, and generate results. This is the process that happens continuously and automatically in continuous integration. So after generating results, my continuous deployment will start. So dev, test, build, and then deploy. This happens continuously. For example, I am actually writing some HTML files. Suppose I am writing some HTML files, I want to process them. So generating results means I am ready with my files. Deploying means taking these files and putting them on a web server. Okay, so whenever my files are getting ready after the build, I will deploy these files onto a web server so that everybody is able to see. And this is a continuous process. Every day at 4 p.m. this happens. Okay, am I clear about continuous deployment?
Yes.
Continuous deployment is a process where continuous integrations actually generated a result later, after which what will you do with this result is decided. So once decided, you can deploy continuously. First time you do it manually, second time you automate that process as well. Am I clear? So now I have something to talk about, something called as continuous delivery. I have a question for you guys. Continuous delivery means getting your result ready. Okay. So where am I doing continuous delivery? Am I doing it in continuous integration or am I doing it in continuous deployment? Where exactly am I doing continuous delivery?
I think it's monitoring the result. I mean, the generated result, monitor it, maintaining it.
What is it?
Monitoring or maintaining the result.
Krishnakant, what do you mean by monitoring?
Continuously checking the result so that it is proper and it's maintained and everybody can use it.
Okay. So
I think so. I'm not sure.
what experience do you have in build and release? You are a fresher or you have any experience? Sorry to ask.
No, I'm a fresher.
Okay, fine. So whenever you're talking about monitoring and all that, that's not continuous delivery. Continuous delivery means, okay, so for example, today at 4 p.m. I have my product ready. Okay, I have one result ready for me. Tomorrow same time I have a result ready. How many results do I have? Two. Day after tomorrow, three, and four. Like that, I have my product ready in continuous integration. Agreed? So whenever I am doing continuous integration, it is set to do continuous delivery. Okay. Delivery means nothing, right? You, for example, if you order something on a Flipkart or an Amazon, so what is delivery? What is delivery? If the guy is getting it and giving it to you, what is deployment? The guy is wearing it and coming it. For example, I bought a t-shirt on Amazon. Okay. What is delivery? Delivery means he's giving it to me. The t-shirt is in my hands. So deployment is the guy who is delivering it is wearing it and coming. Does it make sense? Am I clear, guys? I wanted to just compare, which is going to make our life easy. Continuous integration means you are actually doing a process of integrating every change inside the project to build and generate results. Today you have one result, tomorrow you can have two, day after tomorrow, eight, right? So your results are getting ready at one place. That means that whenever you're doing continuous integration, you're doing continuous delivery. Continuous deployment is a different scenario where continuous integration stops, my deployment starts there. Am I clear? Am I clear? Karthik, Rajkumar, Solman, Uday, and Krishnakant. Am I clear? Please
Yes.
respond. So now tell me, guys, whenever I'm doing continuous integration, I'm doing continuous delivery, or whenever I'm doing continuous deployment, I'm doing continuous delivery. Please tell me. When am I doing continuous delivery? When am I doing increased delivery? Nice. So the terminology is going to actually take time for you guys to understand. Okay. So first I'll explain this. I have a PPT with me which I'll upload on the drive so that you can have theory as well, a more clear version of what I spoke. Okay. Fine. So that will help you. Next, I want to talk about configuration management. What is the need for a configuration management tool? I will speak about all that when I go to that section of that module. For now, I'll just give you a real-time example, okay? In the previous days, if I had to install Linux 11 years ago, I worked in Linux for almost 13 years, okay? So 11 years ago, if I had to work on a Linux machine, I had to install it. For each and every machine I install, it takes around 2.5 hours or 3 hours. So because I have to change CDs and do a lot of hectic tasks like partitioning and all that, okay. So if I had to install 10 machines, okay, even if I take a disk image, it was taking 20 to 25 hours for me, okay. So with the emergence of tools like Chef and Puppet, I'm able to do 3 machines from scratch, okay, in 52 minutes. How much time I'm saving? How much time I'm taking for 10 machines? 3 hours. Right? Agreed? Approximately 3 hours, right? So how much time I'm saving? 24 hours versus 3 hours. Which one will you pick? Which one will you pick?
3 hours.
3 hours, right? Because your process, your time to market is getting expedient, you are too fast, and your boss is really happy. You are able to complete the task in a speculated time nobody expected. That is what configuration management tools are giving me. I can automate the entire setup of the infrastructure. Okay, so for now, for your understanding, okay, infrastructure setup. Okay, guys, make sense? I'm writing this
Yes.
notepad so that when you look at it, right, you will not miss the key points we discussed. So, is it of your understanding? Or is it okay?
Yes.
So, next one is continuous monitoring. So, for example, in my infrastructure, I have some 10 database servers, 3 web servers, 4 DHCP servers. Like that, I have different servers in my infrastructure. Infrastructure means in my office. So in the previous days, what we used to do is, we used to write shell scripts to monitor these devices, whether they are up or not, what is the ping status, whether the machine is turned off, whether there is some problem with the firewalls. Every other setting we used to check in the cron tab. We used to write basic shell scripting, okay, to monitor these machines. So if there are around 15 to 20 machines, there was a very hectic period where we used to write huge shell script only to monitor these machines. Now I have tools to do that. Okay, a very beautiful dashboard that is available. For example, just like I just plug and play. I'll just add machines and boom, I can monitor it. I can monitor all the required specification I'm talking about right now. So for continuous monitoring, there is a tool called as Nagios, which is a very famous tool. So I will actually use continuous monitoring to monitor my infrastructure. Am I clear, guys? Okay, am I clear?
Yes.
No, and there are two more tools, Docker and Vagrant. So I will not explain about them now, but you please, for now, you understand that it is for virtual environments. It's huge. I don't want to confuse you. When we go there, we will talk about them. Okay. And then I want to talk about Jira. Jira is something like a issue management and bug tracking tool. 7 to 8 years ago, when I started my life in Agile, okay, so Jira was very handy. People started to use it as a project management tool. I can plan my sprints, I can plan a workflow, assign tasks. Everyone who is actually following Agile, whoever is using Devops, will have to definitely use Jira for project management. For the same reason, I will be actually discussing about Jira as well. I hope I'm clear. So, any more concerns from your side on DevOps or any concerns from you? I want to actually talk. Now, you can talk. Tomorrow, when we come back, I want to discuss Linux. So, Linux would take at least 3 days and then we will start Git. Okay. So, this is just an introduction from my side to you on DevOps. Okay. So, any more concerns? Karthik, go ahead.
Till now I'm good.
Okay. Krishnikant, you good? Rajkumar, Solman, and Uday.
Yeah, we are good. We are good.
So the basic understanding here is, as you're learning a new methodology, this is not a technology, okay? So for example, if you learn a new technology like Hadoop or something, like, you just actually need to learn the syntax and semantics of that language and just continue in that. This is different tools that you have to learn, and you have to understand how to integrate them. So I'm going to, at the end of this training, I'm going to integrate all the tools together and show you one life cycle of the project, which is going to beautify my task. Very nicely, I'll integrate all these tools which fits my task. Okay? Am I clear? I hope I'm clear. So I'll be uploading this classes on a drive and sharing it with you guys. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow again. Any more concerns you can speak, or I want to end the session now. Please join by 9 p.m. IST. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Have a great day.
Thank you.